welcome guys. Um, if you're from another country, that's even better because time zones are different. So it's cool that you're able to attend this. I'm assuming that I can start going full speed. Let's start. All right. So welcome everyone to the Aalto Open Days. This is the one for the School of Chemical Engineering, master's level. And thank you for joining and coming at this odd time. We appreciate you being here. I'll go on to the next slide. Yes, so we're going to be talking to some panelists about what it's like to study a master's degree at the School of Chemical Engineering here in Aalto. You can send us questions or for the panelists through the chat in Zoom, and we'll be sort of having a Q&A session towards the end of this webinar where your questions will be gone through and addressed. Any questions regarding application or admission requirements, all of that fun stuff, there's actually a separate webinar for that on Friday this week. So that's when you get to sort of sit down with the admission services and get to grill them with these questions. So don't worry about that. You will have your questions answered, but this is sort of more about the panelists' experience with studying a master's degree in chemical engineering. So we have everything nicely sorted out for you guys, so no worries. All right. So who are we? Well, I, at least, am Labiba, and I will be your interviewer for today. I'll be interviewing these lovely panelists who are both master's students in chemical engineering. Side note, I do actually have an awful cough going on right now. So if I start coughing in the middle of my questions, I am so sorry. Please forgive me, but I will try my best. And then we have our panelists here who can introduce themselves. Louis, you can go first.
Hello, my name is Luis Piedra. I am from Ecuador. I'm studying a master's degree called AMIS, which means Advanced Materials for Innovation and Sustainability from EIT Raw Materials. And well, that's it.
Hi everyone, my name is Mohammed. I'm from Egypt. I'm studying a second-year master degree in the School of Chemical Engineering, specifically the program also AMIS, Advanced Materials for Innovation and Sustainability, which belongs to Materials Science Department.
Great. So now you know who they are, and we can get right into the juicy part. So first we'll be talking about general studies at Aalto. So we have sort of questions prepared for our panelists, and we'll go through them one by one. So first up is, why did you guys choose Aalto University? And Mohammed could, for example, start.
So for me, when I signed up for the university, specifically, I saw that going to Aalto University is going to be a good advantage and a challenge at the same time. Considering that Aalto University is one of the high-ranked university in Europe, so that's as a beginning, and at the same time, the diversity of courses and the student life that is unique. Apart from all that, that it exists in one of the countries that you will get the best education currently in Europe, specifically in the Northern European countries, and that gives you a chance to experience education in a different way. There's a big hub for innovation. There's many chances for you to choose many courses in the elective courses era, and all that is very simple, and the system is very unique, and it's give you just this excitement to experience student life, university in a different way. So yeah, that's my impression about it.
Okay, I can answer now.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you how it all starts. Well, when I was studying in the US, I studied middle school there. People always talk about Finland and the education of Finland that was the best of the world because they didn't have homeworks and also because students develop their skills, their strengths. So I keep that in mind. And when I was studying my bachelor's at my home country in Ecuador, um, after I graduate, I start to looking for a master degree, and I was accepted in this AMIS master program. And we have different options to choose. And my first option was Aalto University for sure, because about the education, I believe that it's the best, at least because I have been receiving lectures. All professors are really humble and they always try to make you understand. If you have a doubt, they solve doubts. They're really into it, this teaching. So I'm really glad, I'm really thankful for being here in Aalto University. I really like the teaching and the environment, how students evolve and study. So that's pretty much why.
All right, those are some great answers, and we're gonna move right along. So for you guys, what is the best part about studying at Aalto? And Louis can go first, and then we could have Mohammed.
Well, for me, the best part is studying Aalto is that you could work with different people from other backgrounds, for example, such as business or arts. And additionally, there's a strong connection with industries, which that's why that caught my attention, at least in my master's degree, where we have to work on projects with other people from other backgrounds. So for me, it's the best part, that you can work with other people from different backgrounds. Yeah.
Well, I think for me, kind of the same. The amount of international students here is insane. Like there's a lot of students from different backgrounds, different countries, and that's a good part. But the best part is about studying in Aalto University is that it allows you to be open to the market. And I've seen that there's various of many courses and many fields that just teach you not only about what you study, but also about the job market. And also, apart from that, giving you the chance if you want to, for example, learn about how to create a startup, how to be part of a startup, a new idea, or how to sign up for new chances or new opportunities. How do you look for that? The advisors that are with each student, career advisors that are everywhere, help you to shape your career. The best of all is the sustainable part, is that it teaches you about sustainability. It teaches you about, especially if you are in the School of Engineering, you'll learn a lot about sustainability, about how to shape a sustainable future, and that's really inspiring.
Great, thank you guys. Moving right along. Then we have, what made you guys want to study your specific field? And whoever wants to go first can go ahead.
Okay, I'll go ahead on that. Well, as a starter, just a little bit background about me. I started in my bachelor in Egypt in chemical engineering. And the reason why I went for AMIS, our program is called AMIS, which mean Advanced Materials for Innovation and Sustainability. And it's mostly about material science. And I found that a good opportunity to study material science as it is actually the new way, like it's the new field. It's not a new field, but it's the field of the future. It shapes the future, and and all that goes under being a change agent for the future. What does that mean? It means that when you study something about materials and about how can you begin any industry and how do you find replacement for anything that is harmful, especially if you talk about sustainable materials. It would go under many labels or many industries such as solar panels or batteries. And I find that very fascinating to study about solar panels, because that was something that I wanted to do for a long time ago. And that was one of the main reasons why I signed up for my field, which is material science. But the reason why I signed up for my program, which is AMIS, I'm going to be promoting a little bit for our program here, me and Luis. Our program AMIS is mainly connected, is mainly with partner universities in Europe. So you study 1 year in a certain country, a certain university, one of the partner universities, and the second year you go to a different country with another partner university. So my first year master degree, I went to France in Grenoble to do my first year. And now my second year, I'm doing it in Aalto University. And that actually, because again, Aalto University is mainly specialized in to teach you about entrepreneurship, about startups, about new innovations. And France is mainly about the research, about the development, about learning about more about the materials. So that balance gave me the best combination that I wanted. And that was something that I really was into. And here we are. I'm now doing my last year in Aalto, and it's going really great.
Well, the thing that made me start my field, it began when I was a child. I was really curious. Always, I like to understand everything, how it works. And there is always this intrinsic passion about being scientist and to try to make a change in the world. That's why I am a nanotechnology engineer. So actually, I am one of the first generation in my country, in Ecuador, nanotechnology engineer, because my university starts working in 2014, and I graduated last year. So I was into this because also, as Mohammed mentioned, there are future careers, material science, nanotechnology. So I really like the idea to try to give change, to try to make a change for the future. That's also why I choose AMIS, because AMIS, as my partner mentioned, mix the innovation, research, innovation, and entrepreneurial. So I really like how AMIS program guides you to rather be a keep researching or be into the industry. So this is my first year in Aalto University. Actually, I don't know which second university to choose, because we have to choose a second university. I think I will be in Grenoble also because of the research. Well, that's something I really like, this mixture of research and industry. Aalto University gives the opportunity to contact industries and to work with industry. So that's really important if you want to make something new, a new material for the future, and you have the opportunity to be in contact with companies and industries. So that's why I study my field, yes.
Awesome. All right, let's move on then. So the next question is, what are your studies like? This is a very broad question, so just to be more specific, what kind of courses do you have? Is it like a seminar system? What kind of exercises? Do you have group work? And also, how flexible are your studies? Can you affect the amount of courses that you take? Is there mandatory attendance? And so on. Just some foundation for you guys to work with. And again, whoever wants to start can start.
I can go to, my studies are really, I really like my courses, which I'm taking right now. And there are different lectures, hybrid mode. We have on-site lectures, where we have face-to-face lectures, and we also have online lectures. But I'm really glad because there's a mixture. You can go to class and have face-to-face lectures. You can ask the professor for doubts. And also you have these lectures online where there are also breakout rooms and you have to talk with your partners and there's good communication. Additionally, there are also some courses that you have to work in, you have to do teamwork. Most of them, they are called product development, product sustainability. So you have to do a project and work with your team. And that's pretty much how are my courses. And we have to work in this design factory. We have to go and work with the people there. So it's really fine. It's really good. I like because you have this connection with the other classmates. At least you have a hybrid mode, so it's nice.
All right, for me, I feel like so this is a new experience for me. The way that studies here are going, the way our courses are going. Why? Because first of all, first of all, apart from taking classes online, which is actually the thing this semester, unfortunately, most of my classes are online, Zoom, and I'm used to it, so it's fine. But the way that the classes are going and the courses are going, that you take the class, you work on assignments, and most of the courses there's no exams, there's no final exams. It only depends on your participation in every single lecture, your participation with your team. I have many team group work to do. Like I've been involved in many teams during so far 5 teams, and that's actually really cool that you're not studying alone. You're always studying with someone. You're always doing something with your classmates. You're sharing knowledge with your classmates. And your classmates help you to understand more the topic. You're adding to the team. You're also a team player, and it's an ongoing learning process until the end. And apart from that, also we had some couple of classes that we had to do on the campus, and labs also, and that was really cool. That also the practical part is still alive, and that's actually something really great.
So just to reiterate for you guys, do you guys have mandatory attendance for these lectures? And can you also affect the courses that you're taking within your program, or?
All right.
Well,
Okay, so the attendance is mandatory. Yes and no. Well, some courses are some courses are mandatory attendance because you have to be there and you have to do quizzes and exercises during the class, so you have to be there. And other classes are optional. There's both. And there's classes that is optional that is just recorded and you can listen to the recording and then do your assignments and work with your group. And so yeah, it depends on the course. And apart from that, so yeah, it depends on the context of the course itself, and also depends on what are you going to do in the course. So yeah, there's this and that.
Okay, thank you guys. We'll move right along. Yes, so are there multidisciplinary opportunities in your studies? Can you sort of roam out and about with other fields? Louis can answer, go ahead.
Yes, as I mentioned before, we work with other people from other countries, from other backgrounds. For example, I have this project development, product development projects called, which we have to work with other people from different backgrounds. For example, as I mentioned, school of arts, school of business. So at least in our master program, we must work with other people from other backgrounds. So we have this opportunity of multidisciplinary studies. So that's why I really like Aalto and the program, the EIT raw materials program.
Yeah, same. Yeah, of course, especially that we are in some sort of international like master's degree program. But talking about the Aalto University, the School of Chemical Engineering, even inside the courses itself that we choose, we get to choose many courses. Especially, I will talk about the elective courses, which is I found really amazing. Like I get to choose courses from different schools, schools of engineering, or maybe some, or even or schools like that are not engineering. If there's a chance that I can get a course, for example, from business schools, for example, and I found it really interesting. And also that's about the courses, but also about our classmates that are also from different backgrounds, different. If you go to, for example, if you go to biomaterials course, you find your classmates that are in biomaterials, but you're doing material science, and you find people who study polymers, and you find so if you go to another course, you find people like, for example, if you go to business courses, you find people that are in business school and people are from engineering backgrounds. So it's kind of everyone's learning everything, and you have the freedom to choose between many fields. So yeah.
Great. Move along. So the next question is, what is your course load like? So what does a typical study year at Aalto for you guys look like? And actually, what sort of courses are you taking at the moment? That would be nice to know. And Mohammed could start, for example.
Okay, so at the moment, I'm taking three main courses and two additional and two elective courses. One of them I'm taking currently, and one of them is going to start later. So that it seems like a lot, but at the same time, there's this courses that, especially if we talk about the elective courses, that's just only one class per week. and there's the additional courses it can be recorded, and then so you have the recorded class and you can watch it later and do the assignments. And for me personally, my courses are divided in about 3 to 4 days per week, and after that I'm free. So this is how I arrange my courses, and the load is like it's for now it's really balanced. So I have time to work in my assignments, and I have time to work, and I have time to participate in any events in university if I want to. So yeah, it's only depend on what I found is that it depends on when you choose courses. There's like in Aalto University, there's this online system where you can choose your courses, and depending on the times, and so you choose the courses depending on what times do you have, and depending on the days, and everything is organized very well. The only issue that I found is that I had to be careful at the beginning when I'm choosing courses. So I had to make sure there is no overlapping with the main courses that I'm taking. And that was some sort of my responsibility as well. And sometimes if there is overlapping, I'm just communicating with the teacher so that it can move the courses to another time, or I can find a way to follow the courses as recorded. So yeah, that's for me.
Well, my courses are I have five optional courses, and I have 5 compulsory courses. So per year we have to gather 60 credits, 35 credits for compulsory courses, and 35 for compulsory and 25 for optional courses. And as my partner mentioned, we have classes, for example, in one day, we have two or at least 1 or 2, maximum 3 classes per day. I think the load is not that low because we have time to make to take to do another activities also. We work on assignments. We have to also work in teams. There are so many courses that we're taking right now where we must meet our team and work in projects. So that's pretty much how the courses are in our program.
Great. Perfect. Everything very clear so far. Hopefully for our participants as well. I've been following very well, so thank you guys. We'll move right along. Yeah, so the next question is simply, what does a typical day look like for you guys? And here we have Louisa's schedule first. So if you could go ahead and sort of explain what's going on here.
Yes. Well, I usually wake up sometimes at 7, mostly at 8. Depends on which classes I have. Sometimes I have classes at 8, so I have to wake up at 7. Then I go to class, remote class. Sometimes I have on-site lectures, so I have to prepare fast my breakfast and eat. And then I go to on-site lectures. After that, I can get a lunch, and then we have time to do some tasks, some assignments and group work. We have to do so many group work in this program, and then I can have free time. I like to play the guitar, and I am part of the Association of Music here in Aalto. We have some jam sessions. I like to participate in them. Also, we have almost every week we have a guild activity. I am part of the BK guild from the chemical school. There are many guilds that you can be part of, and there are always activities that they organize. And they are really good activities, game activities, where you can meet really nice people. For example, the last activity was a sit activity. I really like that much. It's a Finnish tradition, the sit activity. Later on in the night, I can keep doing tasks and studying, and then I finally go to sleep. Yes.
All right, very eventful. Let's move on. Then we have Mohammed's schedule. Go ahead, explain what's happening.
Okay, so actually, like, this is not like every day, but I picked up the day that I'm mostly active. So usually I try as much as to wake up early as much as I can, get some, get some fresh air by running at 8 a.m. I believe it's really important that when you wake up and do some sport in the morning, it's better than doing it later. So yeah, running in the morning, and after that come back, do my breakfast, and then get ready for the lectures. Lectures day usually start at 10 a.m. We don't have any lectures before that. Then after that, sometimes it ends at afternoon, sometimes it ends exactly at noon. So yeah, whenever I get the chance to go to campus and have a lunch, that actually you do that. Yes, I'm not living in the campus, so it takes me, I have to take a bus to go to campus, but then I like the campus very much. So whenever I get the chance to go there and take my lunch over there with my friends, that is a good thing. After that, I get to meet with the group to do some actual work, and that's pretty much every day. Every day there's a meeting with the group, because I've been involved in many group works, so that's pretty much what I do every day. After that, I sit down and I wake up with whatever I took the rest of the day. I study a little bit if I can. I do my assignments. And if there's any events, usually some events, they start 4 or 5 p.m. The guild activities, for example, which is really cool. The activities that are from the student associations, the international officers, or the chemistry guild in the campus. So I take that as an opportunity to meet my mates from the same class, and do some activities in the campus. And after that, I go back to my house, and I go to sleep, and I get ready for the next day.
Great. Great. All right, we'll move right along. Okay, Mohammed, you mentioned that you absolutely love the campus. You're in luck. We're going to be talking about the campus next. So first question regarding the campus is, what is the campus like? So in general, what sort of facilities are available and services as well? And what is your own personal favorite thing about the campus? And since you're so excited, Mohammed, I'll let you answer first.
Yeah, actually, that's true. Um, I don't know, like the first day when I arrived here, I went straight to the campus. Like the first day, there was an activity going on to as introducing us to the campus. They give the campus tour. That was on my first day, so I went straight to the campus after I arrived to my place. Just left my bag and I took a shower. Just went straight to the campus. So from the first day, I found it, like, my first impression that it's really big. Like it's like a whole city, and it is like the arrangement of the building also makes sense, and there's many things that's going around. So there's this big amazing building, the undergraduates, the one that looks really amazing. The architecture is really awesome, actually, and it's just give this a whole, like a scene of like the student life. And so there's this building. There's also the building of chemical engineering, which is my favorite, of course, because of my studies. And there's the library, which I found amazing, but unfortunately I couldn't get the chance to go inside because of the COVID restrictions, but we had a tour inside and it looks really interesting. I would love to go there if things are open. I would definitely go there. My favorite spots is the Aalto space. It's a service that you can book any space in a campus within any building, and then you can go there and you can study. You can work with your group. You can meet with your group, and you can have meetings over there, and that is really cool. Also, my one of the favorite things that I like about the campus is the residence, and there's the guild the guild office over there that you can go to your guild, for example, the chemistry, and you can go there and you do some activities with them. The saunas that are everywhere, and that's the typical thing about Finland, which is really amazing. You find many sauna places around the campus as well, around the residence areas, and yeah, and also of course the restaurant, which is also my favorite. Yeah.
Yes, I can add something else to that. As my partner mentioned, also there are many laboratories you can use, but first you have to do a lab safety course, so you can use laboratories facilities. But also you have this plenty lecture room. You can book a room also if you want to study, or if you want to gather with your team group, so you can do assignments or study there. Additionally, there are also a medical center here in Aalto University. We have the metro station in the A block, where you can easily travel to Helsinki or whatever place you want to travel. As I mentioned, Mohammed, there are also restaurants, really cheap restaurants actually, because we have discount. As a student, we have discounts. Also, we have pharmacies and the auto store. Well, that's pretty much what we so far we have.
It's good that you mentioned the restaurants, but Louis, do you have a favorite part of the campus yourself?
I don't have a actually favorite part, but I like the fact that there are many places so you can hang out with your friends. There is always an activities around there, because kids always organize activities in different parts of the campus. So I really like, but the whole campus I really like there's always places to go. But in fact, as Mohammed mentioned, the restaurants, I think my favorite part of the restaurants ones, because we have discounts and there are really good food. So I think the restaurants are my favorite parts.
I think they're everyone's favorite part. All right, let's move along. Oh, there was a slide for that. I didn't know that. We've already covered it. All good. So now we're going to be moving into our next section, which is regarding housing and student benefits. So some more technical stuff. So first off, what kind of housing options are there for students? Especially in terms of location, apartment type, what are the prices like, and where can you find these apartments, and through what channels?
I can start. Well, we have these two most relevant options, which are the AYY, which is the Student Union, and the OAS. In my case, I applied through AYY. I live in campus, and there exists like three types of options of apartments that you can choose. I live in a single room in a shared apartment. But also you can also apply for the studio apartment, which is a bigger apartment, which have no shared spaces. You have your own kitchen and bathroom. And also you can apply for the 2-room apartments, which is mostly for people who have family. So you can apply these apartments by searching in the web. You can apply by the official webpage of the AYY. If you're a student, you have a discount, so you can apply there. Also for HOAS, you can apply, but you have to be aware that there's a big queue also, always, so you have to apply with the anticipated time, so you can get the chance to have an apartment. So yes, that's pretty much.
Yeah, I want to add that in my perspective, because right now I live in HOAS apartment, but I applied in AYY, and I actually got accepted recently, so I'm gonna move into the campus next month. So the thing is, for if you want to live in the campus, you have to go for AYY. If you're the kind of person who wants to be in the campus like me, so you have to apply for AYY, and that's why you have to apply very, very early. You have to consider applying at least 6 months or something before you arrive to Aalto University, and that gives you a good queue number. You go to the website and you sign up. You put your information, and then you choose the types of apartment, whether you want to be living in a studio or you want to have a single room apartment, and that give you to get a rank number, and that rank increases over time. So you have to be early on that. Unfortunately, I wasn't too early when I applied, so I got late a little bit, so I had to wait more. But then I found that other option, HOAS, that you can apply for, and there's many options. There's options in Espoo, where I live right now. I live in a place called Labiba, and it's 20 minutes by bus from the campus. It's not that far. There's also places that are in Helsinki. So yeah, again, you get options, and for the price, usually if you apply for something that is related to a student, like for students like AYY or HOAS, you'll find reasonable prices. It's not that expensive at all. You find prices that are reasonably okay for students. But if you go to the private market, of course, you'll find different prices. And I believe that that's like everywhere in many places around the world. Like it's a better option if you apply through a student service. So yeah, that's my perspective on it.
Great, very thorough answers. Next up we have, where do you live? And why did you choose to live there? I believe Mohammed kind of answered this, so Louis can go ahead, and Mohammed, if you have anything to add, go ahead.
Yes, I live in campus, as I mentioned. I live in Atlanta, and I choose to live here because when I was doing my bachelor in Ecuador, I live in campus also because our university works similar as Aalto. Like you have the campus, we live there, we have activities. So I knew beforehand that living in campus, it's a really good option because you can get really fast to classes and to lectures, and you can participate in activities because people that live not in campus, it's kind of hard to get every day to campus, and they can miss some activities. Well, the beneficial of being campus, it's really good. It's excellent. You can assist to many events. You can, so that's why I choose to live in campus.
Great. So the next question is it easy to get to the campus? Well, Louise just walk away, but what about you, Mohammed?
Yeah, but there's many ways. I mean, the infrastructure in Finland is it's actually good. So right now there's available buses that goes like directly to the campus. There's a station called Aalto University, and you can access that by bus. For me personally, I take the bus 20 minutes and just one bus, and I'll be in the campus. If you are in Helsinki, you can take the tram, the metro, sorry, the metro, which is also goes straight to the campus. There's a station, metro station in the campus when you can stop there and go straight to wherever you are. And I think apparently currently they are building a tramway. So yeah, like the campus is connected everywhere, so it's easy to get there from Helsinki or from Espoo.
All right, good to hear. Um, Next question, very important one for students, I'm sure, who are trying to, get by. What kind of student benefits are available in Finland, in terms of housing, meals, other sorts of discounts and services? What have you guys sort of utilized in your daily lives? And Louis can answer first.
Yes, we have different discounts. As you can see here in the slide, we have the HSL, which is a discount for transportation. You can pay amount of money for 1 month, 3 or even 6 months, and you can travel by metro, buses, tram, whatever transportation. You can also have this Frank apps discount for meal. You get your app, but you can also ask for a physical card. Also, there are discounts for the student union AOA. You got discount actually because you're a student. Well, that's pretty much the discount that I know that I can be assured.
Well, I just experienced the Frank app that you can upload your student card on it. You can get your like electronic student card on your mobile phone, and I was surprised how widely this app is because I once apart from using it in the campus, that you can go to the restaurant and get a cheap price for a meal as a student, of course. But I like one time I was in a store outside of campus, and then the cashier lady asked me if you have a Frank app or if you're a student. So I showed her my student card, and then she gave me a discount. So you can use that app in many places and get discounts. That's really impressive.
All right, seems very convenient. We'll move along. All right, so career opportunities, very important. For you guys, is it possible to combine studies with work? What do you think? And whoever wants to go ahead.
I will go because I work and I study at the same time, and so it is challenging, yeah, but it is possible. Like, of course, it is possible, but it requires you a huge amount of time management and tracking your assignments, tracking your work, make sure you don't drop any classes or drop any courses that you work on, which is important. Study comes first, and then if you want to work while you study, yeah, okay, that's an optional. But studies is really important, in my opinion, because the value comes after. Um, but it is possible. The only thing is that you have to make sure that when you choose in the beginning, when we go back to when you select your classes, when you select your courses in the beginning, and when you sign up, You have to know that some classes it takes you 15 hours of work per week or even more. So you have to make sure that you don't choose more than two classes like that or two courses like that. So you get the chance to work while studying. And yeah, that's my perspective on it. But it is possible, of course.
Yes, of course, I can add that you have to be very organized with your time because you have some important assignments also you have to attend. Some classes are compulsory, so you cannot, the attendance is compulsory, so you cannot be absent. So right now I don't work, but I think it's possible if you know how to manage your time, of course. And about the possibilities for students to work here, there are some possibilities here. There's this web page, Aalto Job Teaser, and there are some offers there, such as summer jobs or internships, part or full-time jobs, fixed term, for example, permanent positions, freelance assignments, training, also graduate programs. So there are many uh, options that you can find in this Aalto Job Teaser page. Well, you have to be really uh, responsible with your courses because some are compulsory, so you have to know how to manage your time. Yes.
All right. As always, the key is always time management. No surprise there. So what kind of career opportunities are there for students in your field? And how can, or just in general, what kind of career opportunities are there and how can they be accessed by students? Are there sort of networking events or fairs that are available? And what does life in general look like after graduation? And whoever wants to start can start.
So, okay, I'll talk about myself. Um, well, again, there's like millions of different opportunities that you can choose from, especially actually if you study here. That's from what I saw, that if you can select, if you can choose courses that you study, if you can easily sign up in many courses from different schools, then you can choose your career as much as you want. But if we talk about here chemical engineering and the School of Chemical Engineering, and if you study something like material science like me, that open you a wide variety of opportunities in engineering field. So if you study, for example, chemical engineering, chemical processing, you'll be working in processing and industry itself. If you study if you study like polymers industry, you work mainly in polymers. If you study material science, you will work in fields that relate to material science, such as if you talk about the microelectronics or the solar industry. Uh, and apart from that, if you are interested mostly in the business field, you'll find that as well. You will study, if you study something that related to, like if you're an engineer and you want to work as, for example, a business development, or as an engineer, business development engineer, with an engineer background, you'll find that easily if you can choose the right courses that you want to work on, and then you can apply at these kind of jobs. So yeah, there's wide variety of courses, but for us personally, as a material science, there's the research field, and there's the business field, like the job market field, where you can work in companies, in many companies, especially in microelectronics, which is one of the biggest fields that you can work on if you study material science.
Okay, so there are different kind of opportunities here. As we are studying, we are from from the School of Chemical Engineering. So we can continue if we want. We can continue doing a PhD if the case of someone wants to keep researching and trying to work in the academic field. You can have the opportunity to keep working in that area. Also, if you want to work in industry, you have the opportunity because there are many events that you can meet and make this network with companies. And there's this option of both industry and academic. You can get this information, the information to contact companies from different events. There's this sludge event, the Aalto Open event. And also we have this newsletter that always send us to the chemical students where there's information about events. We get that information from the newsletter. There's always open positions, and you can subscribe to different pages that you want to receive information from open positions because there are always open positions. The life after graduate, I'm not really sure how it's going to be, but you can have the opportunity to keep doing a PhD or to work in any industry. So that's pretty much.
Great, thank you. Moving right along. Okay, something exciting, student life. So what is the student life like for you guys? What sort of associations could you guys be a part of? Volunteering, events? Do you guys do any sports? Just fun things like that. And Louis, you can start.
I think student life in Aalto, it's really amazing. There are many youth activities, as you can see in the slides, where there are these blue overalls. They are from the School of Engineering, of Chemical Engineering. They always organize these events of gaming, meeting other people, some checkpoints. They organize checkpoints, and you have to go and do some activities there. And also you have this opportunity also to participate in sports teams. In fact, in my case, I belong to the Chameleons, which is a team of the chemical school. I like to play futsal. It's really nice because you can always participate in many events that you like. There's many options and events that the guilds organize. Always you receive the message by email or maybe Telegram groups. That there are many Telegram groups that you can get information about the events and you can sign up. So I really like how life is in Aalto for students.
And for me, yeah, well, I totally agree with what Luis said. The student life in Aalto, I found it really fascinating. That you get to participate in a lot of events. For me personally, I signed up for the chemistry guild. They have the blue overall color. And yeah, we'll talk about the overalls. This is something that really unique. I never found in any other universities. Perhaps it's something mainly in the Scandinavian countries or mostly in Finland. And the take carry cap, which is they wear over their overall, and it is also unique. So they take student associations very seriously, and that's what I found. It's kind of great, incredible, that it just raised their spirits about the university, about that this is your home, and it just gives you like a lot of memories, and you get to meet a lot of people from different places, and you participate in many events, getting to know, and it's easier that way to get to know Finland and make friends as well. So it is great, and I advise anyone when he comes to Aalto University, that he get the urge to participate in many events, and sign up for the guilds, or for any association, for many activities, as much as you can.
Great. Seems like you're never bored when you're here at Aalto, and there's always a sort of sense of identity, especially when it comes to the overalls. Lovely. So, what about you guys? What do you do in your free time? Is there any specific extracurriculars that you guys like doing? Mohammed could start, for example.
Yeah. Well, for me personally, apart from taking the time to join the activities in the campus, I like to hike more. Like, this is something that I've been interested in since a long time ago. So if I have a free time the weekend or something, I join my friends into hiking. Um, and yeah, like, I found here, it's like there's like, the nature is so beautiful here. You find the weather is not the best, but the nature is really cool. And that's mostly what I do, like doing sports or hiking. It's mostly what I like to do.
Okay. Well, as you can see in the slide, I like to play guitar. I usually play the guitar, but right now I don't have my own guitar. I will not bring my guitar from Ecuador, but I like to participate in these events of jam sessions. There are events every Thursday. We have events from the jam session. I like to participate in those events, and I also practice sports. I like to play football. That's why I play for the team of Chameleons, the team of the School of Chemical. Well, that's what I do. I usually do in my free time: play guitar and do sports.
All right, some pretty cool things that you guys do. Perfect. So now about the community itself and being a part of Aalto. So how did you guys feel like you were welcomed to the community? So in terms of when you came to Finland, any tutors, was it easy to, make friends and get to know people? And sort of the age-old question of, are Finns difficult to get to know and approach? So whoever wants to answer can start.
I can start. Well, it was really nice how my tutor actually welcomed me. She waited me in the airport and brought me to my apartment. I'm really thankful to her, because it was 1 a.m. midnight that I arrived. I was really tired because my departure from Ecuador was the 2nd of September, and I get here Finland the 4th of September. It was like 2 days, almost three days journey. So when I came here, I went to this event actually the same day that I came here, because I get to the campus at 3 a.m. I sleep not that much, but I wake up and went to the first event of the guilds, and I meet different people from different countries. It was really nice. We play some games there. I don't remember those games with the hammer and the balls. I don't know the name, but it was really nice because it was the first time that I meet the people from also AMIS students. I meet them, some of them I meet, and also other students from chemical, on functional materials. and it was really nice. So I'm really glad how people and Finnish people actually took tours, and all those students that welcome us, really humble. So it was really nice.
Yeah, same for me. The tutor thing is really a great idea. Like from each student guild, there's these international officers, and these international officers are responsible for welcoming the international students. I'm talking about the international students, but as well as for the Finnish students, there's also the people who are responsible for the students that come from Finland, and for each group of students there is one tutor, and this tutor is responsible on welcoming the new students, introducing them, helping them to pick up their keys. The same for me. When I arrived, my tutor, he picked up my keys, and he came and met me at the station, and he went with me to my place, and it was really helpful. Also, my first day was the campus tour, so I went with my tutor on a campus tour to be introduced to the campus. At the same day, we ended up doing some activities, and of course we like it's really welcoming, and they explain kind of everything, but at the same time, when you feel like there's someone who was responsible on make you feel welcomed and make you feel that you are I mean, you can ask about anything, and get an answer, get a good answer for it. That is a great thing.
Great. Good to hear that you guys were in good hands when you came over here and that you felt welcome. Okay, so for you guys, what is it like to be an international student at Aalto? What are sort of like, what were your expectations and what did the reality end up being? Mohammed could start.
Yeah, it is really surprisingly good. Well, I was like, before I came here, I was thinking like, okay, so I'm going to Finland. It is far. It's reasonably far place from where I started, where I came from. Especially my first year was in France. So when I switched from France to my second year in Finland, so I didn't expect that I would find that amount of international students here. And so I wasn't alone, and that made me feel that I can be easy to meet people if I can meet international students. That if I feel like there's something that's going on with me, or some activity or some service that I'm trying to get to as an international student, I can ask as many international students as I can. When I arrived, I joined there's like Telegram groups for the school, and there's Telegram group also for international students. There's also Telegram group for Erasmus students. So as an international student, you find it really easy to connect with others and to connect with the Finnish students as well. And apart from that, it's not a problem at all. The language, if people are thinking that like the Finnish language is that they need to learn it and it would be a problem with communication, not at all. Finnish people, they can. I realize that they can speak really good English, and it's easy to communicate. And everywhere you find English, the instructions in English as well. And it was not a problem when I arrived, and it was the other way. It was actually interesting. And at the same time, Aalto is the studies are in English, so yeah, I didn't find any problem at all as an international students, but I found it actually great. Yeah.
Well, when I came here, before coming here, I didn't want to make any expectations. I just want to let it all flow, and the reality in here is so different from my country, from Ecuador. I think this new experience is really fruitful for an international student, and I think I would like to make the most of all. And just to add that Finnish people are really humble and polite, and they are really they are always ready to help anyone anyone needs, or to help without waiting something in exchange. I think that it's nice to be here in Finland, being an international student, because you're not the only international student. There are many international students, so you can get any help from other students, and the tutors are always there to help you if you have a need. So it's really nice to have this opportunity to meet different international students, to learn the culture. In fact, about language, I think it's not a problem. I agree with Mohammed, because here in Finland, most of the people they speak English, and English is the international language, and they're always there to help you if you need to translate the tutors or the other students in here in Aalto. They're always there to help you any need you have. So for me, it really I'm really appreciative with I'm very welcome being an international student, because they make you feel part of the community. So for me, it's nice.
Lovely. All right. It seems like you guys read my mind and you knew what the next question was going to be, which is it possible to survive without knowing Finnish in Finland? Do you guys have anything to add other than what you've already said, or should we move along?
Well, I already answered that, but I can just add that I signed up for the survival Finnish language course, and this is actually the name of the course, survival Finnish. I found that really funny, but it is a cool thing that you at least you get the chance to learn Finnish language. That I find it really important. If you've arrived to a different country, this is a good chance to learn the language of the country, to be more involved and more included in the culture. But of course, yeah, like I said, you can survive definitely without knowing Finnish. English, the English is kind of everywhere, on the tram, on the transportation, and any instruction you get, and emails. And the Finnish people, they speak really good English, so there's no problem at all.
Yes, just to add, yes, I'm agree. Is if you speak English, you may speak with anyone, because English is the international language. In my case, I don't know Finnish at all, but I know English, and I can communicate with any other international person, at least in Aalto. Well, you don't have to be afraid if you don't know Finnish. There's always people to help you, so you shouldn't be worried.
Great. Thanks for the reassurance, guys, that it's not really necessary. So we have finally come to the Q&A section of our webinar. So during this webinar, people have been sending in questions through the chat box, and I have compiled some of them for you guys, the most sort of important ones. And if you guys could help me in answering them, that would be nice. So the first one is English the teaching language? for you guys?
Yes, English is the teaching language. I believe that's mostly in most of the in all the courses here or in all the programs. English is the teaching language, and that's actually great that you can when you finish your courses, you can easily do any research. You can apply for a PhD because yeah, most of science after if you're in research period is in English. So yeah.
Okay, great. So that was very straightforward. Next question. Louis could answer this one, and then if Mohammed has anything, or well, both of you actually should answer this one, but Louis can start. Are you guys going to apply to a PhD program at Aalto, or is that sort of different for you guys since you only have a year here? So let us know.
Yes, in our case, we have to make 1 year in a university and the second year in another university, but we have the chance to come back to the first university. Actually, I was thinking to maybe come back to Aalto to do my master degree, and maybe later I can apply for the PhD, but I'm not sure. I have to think about it because we have the other opportunities in industries, and you can have the opportunity to have a job. So I don't know. I don't can give you a certain answer, but you can apply for a PhD after you finish your studies, of course. Yes, that's my case.
Um, uh, I don't have I don't have a valid answer to that, but I can assure that it's yeah, there's many PhD opportunities here in Aalto University. And for me personally, I'm more appealing to apply for an industry in a job opportunity. But at the same time, it's also a valid option for me to apply for a PhD. I looked that up and I found like there's a lot of options, opportunities. So it depends on what I like to do after what field I want to apply for. So yeah, that's still a valid option for me.
All right, thanks guys for elaborating more on some options after your master's. And finally, we have our last question of the day, drum roll. Someone has asked, can you choose a teacher and do some extra research in a field that you like in addition to courses? So whoever has a relevant answer can pop up and go ahead.
You can ask the teacher. You can meet the teacher and ask if you can work with him or her if you want, apart from the courses that you're taking, of course. You can apply that. You can do it. In fact, in our case, for example, I have personal research assignment and group research assignment where we must do a project and a research. We must work in a research project, but you have the chance to do some extra research. You can find the teacher or the topic you want to work on. So you just have to email or try to reach this person, the teacher, and explain your background, what you would like to do in this research project that you would like to work on. So yes, you have the chance.
Yeah, I can say yes, of course you can. Well, apart from that, if we talk about the school of chemical, like first of all, there's you can find research opportunities on the of course on the websites of the Aalto University for career opportunities. You can find the research assistant opportunities that you can apply for, and you work on research. But apart from that, in the School of Chemical Engineering, there's mainly two courses that doing research work. First of all is the group research assignment, which is the one that I do. That I think Luis also in the same course. We get to do research with a group work, in collaboration with a company from the industry that they need some solution for some kind of problem that they have, and we do research about it. And there's also you can sign up for individual research course. So it is kind of the same, except that the individual research, you get to do research by yourself with the help of one of the professors. So they give you the option to choose a field, and also you do something similar like what we do in a group, but individually with the help of the teacher. And so you can even do that without asking if you just signed up in the course, in the research course.
Okay, great. Very detailed answers for that. Lovely. So that is all of the questions that we got through the chat. And we are heading towards the end of our webinar. So now we're I have to remind you guys that there is going to be a separate webinar regarding admission, just in general admissions and admission requirements that are going to be held by our admission services this Friday. Or if you can't make it to that, we have a sort of hotline for any questions related to admissions, which you can do by sending an email to admissions@aalto.fi. There's also other ways to get into contact with people at Aalto. So for example, we have a group of student ambassadors called the Aalto Squad, which I'm a part of. And we're always happy to help answering any questions. For example, you can find us on UniBuddy. We have these Friday coffee sessions as well, where we go through, we have students from all of these different fields, including chemical engineering, and we all have coffee together. And then, of course, you can find relevant news at aalto.fi/studies. Thank you guys for being here. I'd like to thank the panelists for their lovely and detailed answers. I'm sure your mouths are very dry right now for talking for like an hour. Thank you to Anna for moderating. Thank you to myself for interviewing with this freaking cough. And thank you guys for coming and being patient and giving us your time. Hopefully we'll get to see you guys on campus next year in 2022. This is a bye-bye for me.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much
for everyone.
for the opportunity. Thank you. See you guys.